Hey guys, I was just live and battery went dead, so I had to hook up to my battery source real quick and try to go back live. Anyway, my first Google and YouTube, well, Google AdSense paycheck through YouTube. It's kind of noisy right now because I'm out in the shop. Let me talk about some things first before we get started. The monetization process used to be completely different. You used to be able to be a creator, just put out content and get paid based off how many people wanted to view your content. Well, so many people were making bunk videos and kind of getting involved with not putting a lot of effort into making their videos and stuff. So YouTube changed everything monetization wise, and it went to you need to have at least 4,000 watch hours in a 1 year period, and you need to have 4,000 watch hours in a 1 year period, and 1,000 subscribers would be the threshold for starting to make content. But then whenever you get your AdSense set up, you get the email and everything linked in, you're all linked in together with Google AdSense and you're monetized, it still may take about another month or two in order for you to actually start receiving some kind of monetization. It has to go through an approval process. Sometimes people have said it right away. My experience, I went almost 2 months, and I met my threshold with watch hours way before it was even time, because I thought outside the box. I said, I need to make something that's going to keep my content up that I'm a professional in. So I'm a master certified diesel mechanic, and I said if I can make just a couple videos to keep my watch content up, it'll keep my channel monetized all the time throughout the year, and I don't ever have to worry about it. And with me being a master mechanic, I understand a little bit more about what's going on with my field than most people do, because I specialize in this. I'm always going to school, I'm always learning new content, but at the same time, this is a keto channel. So my handle is the Keto Mechanic. I realized if I just pick a couple things throughout the year that I specialize in and do some videos on that, it'll keep my watch minutes up while I can still do all my other keto stuff until it gets popular. And then I can take my mechanic content and move it over to a separate channel, but at least I'm utilizing it as a double platform here. So I was at I was at like 6,000 watched hours by the time I was in like 6 months of doing YouTube. And I only had, 300 or 400 subscribers. So I already had my watch content. But let me tell you what it looks like now. In November, I became monetized. In November, I had about 45,600 watched minutes. And that equates to like almost $70 in cash. I couldn't get paid because you have to reach at least $100 in the pocket before they can release any kind of money to you. So here comes December. December, I've got about 65,000 watch minutes, which equates to about $90 in cash. So they pay a month behind. So when I actually ended up hitting my $100 threshold, they paid me for November and they paid me for January. So that's a $156 check for not a lot of work. I mean, you make a lot of work doing your videos and stuff like that, but it was 156 bucks for the 45 minutes in, or the 45,000 watched hours, no, 45,000 watch minutes in November, and the 65,000 watch minutes in December comes out to like 156. Well, I look at my watch minutes for this month alone so far, and this month is not even close to being over. Well, we're only at the 21st day of January, and I'm already at 135,000 watch minutes. So that just kind of shows you the trend of what you're going at. And a lot of people have different rates. You may look at your analytics and see that per watch minute, depending, your money that you make is based on your, I think it's called CPM or something like that, and they change. Sometimes it could be all the way down to like 1.5, sometimes it could be as high as 6, depending on the content you're putting out, depending on how you're heading your titles. If you put out a video that says, it's just for instance, a specific product, let's just call something iPhonics. This, you target a specific brand. You say iPhonics is the stupidest company ever, right? And you post that as your title. Well, you're probably not going to get very many ads on that. And when it does go to monetize, it's going to turn into a red circle with a dollar sign in it. It's possible for it to be monetized, but companies don't like monetizing negative heading channels. Companies don't. When you take a name and you personalize something to direct it only at that particular thing, then companies won't. They don't really like monetizing on that because they can't share multiple platforms on that heading of that video. So when you make a video and you want it to be monetized, you need to make sure it's kind of got a neutral name. It's catchy. It draws somebody's attention in, but at the same time, Many platforms can monetize on that video if they want to put ads on it. That's how you make money. I've noticed up front, whenever I really personalize something and I said, you know, like I said, I make up a company name, iPhonics. iPhonics is the dumbest company ever, and then I put something why. Well, that video is probably not going to be monetized very much because Ford's not going to use that. First of all, you put a negative title on there. Second of all, they can't really relate to the heading of that, and there's nothing that can be really shared on that because it's too personalized. So when I realized that up front, I had to start putting catchy, you know, OMG, keto delicious or something like that. Well, there are so many people that can monetize on that now. There are so many ads that can be displayed on that particular title in that video, and you're going to get monetization like crazy. So for November, I didn't meet my $100 threshold after I became monetized, so I didn't get paid for November. So that automatically bumped me up to the end of December getting paid for November. But then I also didn't get my threshold for January. I didn't meet $100. So that bank pocket, $66 was sitting there for November, 45,000 watch minutes. So that $66 is sitting there. Here comes December. December, 65,000 watch minutes. That only equates to about $90 of monetization. So that $90 is sitting there. So that 90 and 160 comes out to what? Like $145, $150? Well, now in the middle of this month, because I'm starting to really blow up, my content is starting to come out more and more and more, and people are starting to say, hey, we didn't even know about you. Like, how come we didn't find out? Well, I've already got 135,000 watch minutes this month alone, and the month is not even over. That's twice the amount of watch minutes that I had before, and I got paid finally. They just told me 3 days ago, hey, we're about to send you a check. You finally hit your threshold of $100. $156 check is on your way. So they just paid me. Just now I got notification saying $156 has been deposited in your check for November and December. Because if you don't keep $100 in the pocket at all times, they can see that you're actually constantly working on your content. They don't release your money from the months before. So that money will sit there until your analytics say $100. So unfortunately, that's just how it works. The $66 from November sat there, and I'm like, man, when am I going to get paid this? And then the $90 for December sat there, and I'm still like, man, when are they going to pay me? I've already went over $100. It doesn't work that way. It's per month. That's how you get paid. You can accumulate, you know, $60, $70, $100, or $90, but until you take that 1 month and you at least meet that $100 threshold, you don't get paid for that money that's before. So the $66 for November was sitting there, the $90 for December was sitting there, and I wasn't hitting that $100 threshold for the month because nobody really knew me. And now all of a sudden, in the middle of January, my subscriber rating has went up like almost, I don't know, over 1,000%. I've gained 380 subscribers this month. My watch minutes doubled. I'm at like 135,000 watch minutes or 125,000 watch minutes. My money in the pocket right now for this month is like 113.45. So now that I finally hit my $100 threshold for the month, they said, okay, let's go ahead and release all the money from before. So they paid me for November and December. So I honestly didn't put a lot of work into any of this. I was just live. I was raw with you guys. I take you on my journey. I take you to all the grocery hauls. I make videos and stuff like that. I don't put a ton of time into this. People that say it takes so much effort to make money on YouTube so far, it's not really that true. I mean, I just do what's real and what's natural. I just tell you guys the truth, and that's how I make money. I don't do any kind of crazy editing. I don't do any fancy stuff. I'm just very real, very raw, and I study my butt off so I can make sure I'm giving you guys good content. That's just what I do. So I made $156 for November and December with minimal work, and this month I'm already well over probably $130, $140, and the month is not even over yet. And all I simply do is just put out good content, and ads just pop up every once in a while, and I don't sell anything. That's it. That's how it is. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. And I've watched some other stories real quick before we get off here where people have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 subscribers, and they're not even making that much money. They're not even... They're at 4,000 and 5,000 subscribers. They're finally just starting to get $150 to $250 a month on monetization. Me, with a third of the subscribers, because so many people watch my content now, I've already reached that threshold. I don't have to try as hard as they do. People just watch my stuff. You know, I might have somebody that watches, 70 people or 100 people on one video, and it sits there for 2 or 3 weeks and nobody watches it. But all of a sudden, at the end of the month, I've got 500 or 600 views on that out of nowhere because somebody found value in it and they shared it. Or I might make my video with Jillian Michaels, talking about how she's bashing the keto diet and stuff like that, and be really real and honest and raw about it. And that video's already got 14,000 views. It's already got over 60,000 watched minutes just on that video alone for this month. So you have to play the game. You have to learn how to work the system. You have to be real. You have to be raw. And I try to be as least dramatic as I possibly can be, and just put out good content. And that's how it happens. That's where I'm at right now, guys. So at a third of what other people, subscriber-wise, have, I'm making the money that they're making at 3 to 4 times the amount of subscribers that I'm already at, because a lot of people watch my car videos, a lot of people watch my more scientific videos. So, and you're right, and Facebook. I take a lot of my content from here that I think is really, really important, and I share it to my public group on Facebook, and then people click on it like crazy and watch my videos. That's another thing too. I use Facebook as a platform. And now I've finally received my first check, and it was a nice check too. I'm surprised, the $156 for 2 months and barely any work. And now this month is going to probably be almost that this month alone, if not more. Probably close to 1.5 times that amount by the end of the month, by just putting out content. And you guys know I do all the giveaways and stuff like that. So that money will help pay me back, so I can do more giveaways and I can put more stuff out, and it won't be so hard on me financially when it comes time to do the giveaways, because I want to give back to people. It's just something I want to do. So anyway, that's food for thought, guys. I can only imagine what some of these people that have 50 to 100 to 300,000, a million subscribers are making per month. I mean, if I'm only at the time 1,200 subscribers or 1,100 subscribers, and that's a $156 check for 2 months of barely any work. Some of these guys got 300, 400, 500,000 subscribers plus. They got to be making some dough. There's a lot of people that watch their videos. Anyhow, I catch y'all.